Any health-related information on the following show provides general information only. Content presented on any show by any host or guest should not be substituted for a doctor's advice. Always consult your physician before beginning any new diet, exercise, or treatment program.
Hello and welcome back to the Red Lasered Water Guy TV show here. We're all about helping you help yourself, help your body heal itself naturally, because it has to happen in that sequence. You know, the body has to do the healing, and that's the magic of what we offer, is a shortcut to help you raise the vibration in your body so that the body can do that more naturally and more efficiently, more quickly. And so we talk about lasered water. We talk about structured water. Structured water is the water that nature intended for us to drink. Okay, when you clean water, you know, run it through any kind of cleaning system to purify it or whatever, you actually destructure the water and it becomes H2O, which is what we've always been taught water is. Okay, but structured water is H3O2. An extra hydrogen molecule and an extra oxygen molecule also. And so we're going to talk about vibration, high vibration, low vibration. You know, do you ever feel like apathetic or lethargic or emotionally stressed out? You ever have brain fog, mood swings, any trouble concentrating? You feel like you want to be more in balance, you know, and living life more fully? Well, that's a low vibration. And low vibration can be brought on by drinking low vibration water, which we've covered before. Tap water vibrates at approximately 3,500 life force energy units, which in Europe they have a way of measuring it. They call it Bovis energy over there. So I refer to it as life force energy. And it needs to be up at least 16,500 because that's the Bovis energy or the life force energy of a normally healthy human. Anything below that is going to take energy away from the body. Anything above that we drink or eat is going to give energy to the body, and the body can work to heal itself and have the energy to function normally, whatever normally is, right? So that's a low vibration. So when you have hydrated water, the water that's structured, electrolyte rich water, then the body is just the opposite. It becomes high energy, emotionally fulfilled, vibrationally aware, and that's what we want for everybody. So that's a high vibration, and we'll talk a little bit more about that, because what we've got is wetter, wiser water to offer you. Okay, water that's been structured, micro-clustered, ionized, energized and programmed with what we call human blueprint frequencies. And so let's go ahead and bring up the slides here, and we'll get into a little more discussion of it here. Okay, so again, Joe Blanton here. You can contact me directly. I can answer any questions, and we can go forward. You can go to my laseredwater.com website, get more information there. And here's my contact information. The simplest way is just give me a text or a call, 469-766-5511. Or you can go to my YouTube site. It's youtube.com/@TheRedLaserGuy, laser with an S. Okay. We're all about self-care for self-healing. And you've heard me promote this before. You're not sick, you're thirsty. All right. It's Dr. Batman Galdage. I read this book 30 years or so ago and still refer to it once in a while. He says, you're not sick, you're thirsty. Don't treat thirst with medication. The title of the book is Your Body's Many Cries for Water. And it's an excellent book. I highly recommend it. It helped change my life and put me more on a path of being hydrated and helping my body heal itself. See, Your Body's Many Cries for Water, Dr. Batman Galdage. And, here's another favorite of mine, Nikola Tesla. If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. Well, everything's energy. So if you want to think in terms of your health, you got to think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration, and you can't separate those three. They're all energy is a frequency vibrating information, the vibration part, and all frequency is energy vibrating. So you can't separate the two or the three. But the vibration is the EMF, the electromagnetic field. And every time most people think about EMF as being harmful, and they think about cell phones and stuff like that, and rightfully so. Those are harmful EMFs, or what we call incoherent EMFs. But every frequency has EMF. The water you're drinking, the food you're eating, the table you're sitting at, everything has an electromagnetic field, because everything is a frequency vibrating. And so that is either harmful or helpful to the humans. And so the tap water is harmful to the human being because it's vibrating so low. It's got stuff in it, and it's macro-clustered. It's destructured water. Okay, where structured water is a high vibration and micro-clustered, and so therefore it's healthy to the body. It's actually, again, as I said earlier, it's H2O3, which tap water is H2O. So anyhow, your health is determined by the invisible frequency you're vibrating, and the invisible frequency you're vibrating is determined on your environment, what your habits are, how you talk, everything, what you eat, what you drink. It's all determining your state of vibration. So let's talk about, what's the difference between hydration and dehydration. Okay, dehydration or hydration is adding back the water that the body has lost in order to keep it functioning properly. Every function in our body requires water. Okay, every function. And so we're using water every day. For instance, exhaling. If you're just a normal, through a normal day, you're exhaling a third to a quart of water, just exhaling. If you're any kind of, movements or exercising, jogging, or, playing tennis, golf, something like that, you're exhaling even more. The more active you are, the more you're exhaling. And so we have to replace that water. And dehydration means there's not enough water in the body to function properly. So functioning properly means you've got enough water in your body, both in the right positionings, like in the lining of the stomach and outside of the cells, to where it can be brought into the cells when it needs to. It's called free water. And then every function of your body requires water, like the mitochondria. Mitochondria actually produce its own water, also called EZ water, which is the fourth phase of water. But that's another story, okay? But every function takes water. And so we need free water to be able to replace the water that's lost, and for the body to be able to function properly. When your body is dehydrated, there's not enough water in the cells for the mitochondria to function properly. And then the mitochondria, if they're not producing enough energy for that cell to do its work, then it's a chain reaction. Everything goes downhill from there. Okay, so caffeine drinks equal dehydration. It's just that simple. Okay, just because there's water in it doesn't mean it will hydrate your body. All right, even orange juice. Orange juice has water in it, natural water, but it's also got a lot of potassium, a lot of sugar, which can dehydrate the body if you don't have enough water to go with it. Nothing replaces water. Nothing can stand in for water. Okay, so coffee, tea, alcohol, manufactured beverages all dehydrate your body. They're a diuretic. They cause your body to get rid of the water they are dissolved in and put some more water, and plus some more water from your body, whatever your reserves are. And if you don't have reserves, then it's even worse. Okay. So caffeine drinks are the background to all health problems, and its counterpart is aspartame and other artificial sweeteners. Okay, those together are the basis for a low enough vibration. See, the healthy body vibrates like 68 to 72 megahertz. You have to bring your vibration down to, I think it's 58 megahertz before your body becomes a host for disease. The first level of disease being like candida and stuff like that. You have to bring your vibration down to 42 megahertz in that area for the body to become a host for cancer. And so it's all about the vibration, the frequency, and then what your whole lifestyle is involved in, whether you're vibrating lower or higher, whether you're helping your body or harming your body. So the quality of your life is determined by the quality and the quantity of your water. Again, we have to keep enough water where we have water in reserve to be fully hydrated. So the water filtration processes that have the purpose of cleaning the water also destructure water molecules in the process, and it becomes H2O, 2 parts hydrogen, 1 part oxygen. So when the water is no longer structured in that way, the way it was intended by nature, the health of your cells suffer. Specifically, the protein molecules within your cells don't work the right way. This can negatively impact muscular and tissue function. See, your protein, you're either upregulating or downregulating your gene expression to build or a healthier or a less healthy protein. And so every cell in your body produces proteins except the red blood cells. So you're in charge of whether you're upregulating your gene expression for healthier proteins or downregulating. And that's a consistent process that happens every instant. Okay, so you want, because your protein, your gene expression, your proteins are responsible for the structure and the function of your body. So your body's over 70% water, okay, but molecularly, you are 99.92% water molecules, because there's water in the bones, there's water, all around. Your blood is 94% water, your brain's 78% water, your eyes are 98% water. And so, but in the overall molecular structure of the body, you're 99.92% water molecules. So how critical is the water you're drinking? If you really think about it, it's life-giving or it's life-deteriorating. And, it may take 40 years or 30 or 40, 50, 60, 70 years, but you could have been healthy for 100 years. With structured water, microclustered energized water with the right nutrition or nutrients in it, which I mean minerals and stuff like that, which we'll get into here in a little bit. So water is an important building block in every cell in your body. Every cell requires water, and again, every function requires water. All the water molecules within our cells hold an electrical charge, negative or positive, just like a battery. Okay, so that's another important thing to know, because our body communicates electrically, but it's a direct current, like in your car, except for electric cars. Okay, but the 60 cycles in our walls was the first electricity that started harming our biofield and our bodies, because it's an alternating current, switches back and forth, and our body doesn't understand that. So direct current is how we process, and the trace minerals, etc., and sea salt, unprocessed sea salt, is what we need in our blood. And that's a whole new story we'll get in here toward the end. I got some new information there for you. So initially, water gets its charge from sunlight or heat in the environment, and then stores it within our cells. So the water initially is charged by sunlight, and then the water, we have water inside our cells and outside our cells. We have 2 oceans, one outside the cell, one inside the cell. And salt helps regulate the water inside the cell versus outside the cell. And so that's another critical point of salt. And so the cells have energy, and water is the energy for the body. That's what brings the energy into the body. So structured, microclustered, and microcluster, and adds electrons to your water at will. All right, well, you can do that at any time, because what we're giving you or offering you is a shortcut to where you're able to do just that. Okay, we have a hydrating ionizer here that duplicates a Rocky Mountain stream. You can use it as a bottle topper on top of a bottle, or you can take the bottle topper off of it and use a funnel and just pour your water through it, like I do, into my stainless steel bottle. And so when you do that, you pour it through one time, it structures the water, it microclusters the water, it adds electrons, which is energizing the water, and it's also programming the water, because the vortexing tool we have inside there is also programmed with what we call human blueprint frequencies, which are optimal wellness frequencies for the body, the human body, but it also works on animals and plants. The original design of this double vortex in there was used in Holland in agriculture on farms with 10 and 12-inch round irrigation pipes. And they were getting 30 to 40% increase in crop yield. The soil was getting healthier. The pumps and stuff weren't corroding. The list goes on and on with the benefits. And those benefits, now that it's been resized down, to a domestic use, are priceless. The list goes on and on. But it doesn't stop there, okay? We also offer you sunshine. So we offer you a Rocky Mountain Stream in your handheld, and then sunshine, which is also handheld. This is our red and infrared laser, and it's programmed also with additional frequencies. Your normal red laser has 10 frequencies for the musculoskeletal body, which we call optimal wellness or human blueprint frequencies. With our product, the red and it becomes red and infrared because we've added so many additional frequencies to it. And so we're red and infrared and has about 1,645 human blueprint frequencies in it because we've added 1,635. And so that duplicates sunshine. Every photon in the red laser beam energetically gives up a free electron into our body, into the water, and charges it. And so that's important to know. It also stimulates the mitochondria to where the mitochondria in the first 30 seconds produce about 30% more life force energy into your blood. The next 30 seconds to a minute or so, it separates all your red blood cells into free flowing, which gives you better microcirculation. And when the red blood cell goes through the lungs, the whole blood cell is exposed, so it gives up more toxins and picks up more oxygen. So now in 30 seconds to a minute and a half, you've got 30% more life force energy in your blood. You've got structured water, you've got better microcirculation and more oxygen in your blood. So the body's able to vibrate higher and start to heal itself more naturally. But it gets a little better there too, okay? So we've got a gold disc. We use sacred geometry and everything. And then it has programming it also. And it takes the human blueprint frequencies up to about 5,563, I think it is, and more than triples the efficacy of the red and infrared laser in charging the water and programming it. So we give you the sunshine and the Rocky Mountain Stream. You can carry it with you anywhere. You can also pour your coffee through here, your tea. I had one person try orange juice, but it made it so sweet they couldn't drink it. But in when I do expos, and I'm at 100%, everybody that has brought their water in, and I have them taste it for taste and texture, and then I pour it through the hydrating ionizer, and 100% of them can taste the difference. And then I laser it with the red laser and the gold disc, and about 90% of them can taste the difference again. It's more subtle that way, but it's all about raising your vibration and helping your body heal itself naturally. So we give you a shortcut, self-care tools. So again, let's come back to what is structured water. Okay, structured water is also known as hexagonal water because it forms a hexagonal cluster that looks kind of like this. On the left side, we have unstructured water. Okay, you can see the 2 hydrogens and the 1 oxygen. You can see some pollutants in it and some chlorine. But on the right side, we have structured water, okay? And that's the left side, the chemical formula is H2O. On structured water, the chemical formula is H3O2. And so you can see the hydrogen and oxygen is all you see here. Because again, structured water is a whole different chemical makeup. So that's important to know. And when our cells, water molecules are optimally charged, this impacts how muscles and tissue throughout our body work. Okay, Dr. Gerald Pollack of the University of Washington is one of the leading authorities in the field of structured water. He's been at like 4 decades. And he believes that the water is profoundly impacted by light, heat-generating sources found in nature, which change the molecular composition of the water we drink and store within our bodies. Okay, so structured water might also have an optimal pH that can help us stay healthy. Again, it's H3O2. It's not H2O. The theory is that structured water molecules held within our cells might have a higher level of electrical charge in a specific order that helps our bodies function. And so it's pretty amazing stuff. I've been drinking it now. We brought this product on in August, I think it was, to test it. And my hearing is a little better. My sense of smell is a little better. And I was already healthy, so I didn't have a lot else to compare to it. But it's like I can't hardly stop drinking. It's that, that tastes that good. So what are some of the benefits of drinking structured water? Okay, experts such as Dr. Pollack believe that structured water acts like a power source that can help us stay maximally hydrated. And that's a key right there, is maximally hydrated. Because of the many roles that water and hydration have in the body, structured water is said to potentially benefit energy levels, digestion, and regularity. Because if you're constipated, you're dehydrated most of the time. Just about everything can be brought back to dehydration being the initial cause of the start of that discomfort or disease. Enzymes that help with nutrition and absorption, helps with concentration, helps with muscle contractions, positive moods, ability to sleep well, blood pressure and cholesterol levels, helps regulate those, respiration, because every time you exhale, you're exhaling out water. And so a lot of people don't realize that asthma is a symptom of dehydration, because the body is so dehydrated, it's gone into a drought mode where it's starting to regulate where water is sent. And it controls the exhale because it's afraid of going dry. It doesn't want to exhale out any more moisture. So that's kind of a key with asthma. So endurance helps with endurance considerably, weight control, kidney and liver health, and joint health. Because again, water is what lubricates every joint in your body. It's amazing when you think about water and how magical it is. So ways to stay hydrated: drink enough water, about half your body weight in ounces is kind of a good rule. And eat more fruits and vegetables, more green leafy vegetables. Root vegetables aren't as watery. If you take romaine lettuce, spinach, things like that, it actually is structured water that's energized by the sun. Balance electrolytes. Okay, fruits and vegetables have some electrolytes in them, but the soil doesn't, so the fruit doesn't, and the vegetables doesn't. So you need to supplement there with a good quality supplement of trace minerals, etc. So you need to consume raw sea salt. Okay, it helps balance your water and potassium levels. And again, sea salt, you can drink all the water you want, but if you don't have the right osmotic pressure in your blood, then it doesn't hold the water in the blood. So you're still peeing it out instead of having that balance between the water in the cell and the outside of the cell. Exercise, increasing circulation and more nutrition in your cells. Exercise is something we were meant to have. The more you sit around, the more you're going to deteriorate. Okay, it's just that simple. You've heard the saying, if you don't use it, you're going to lose it. Well, there's a lot of truth there. So exercise, as simple as walking, a couple of times a day would be good. That's going to help with your breathing. It's going to help with the larger muscles in the body are going to help the lymphatic system to keep moving. Because again, when you're dehydrated, the lymphatic system gets thicker and doesn't move as well. And that's the sewer system, so to speak, of the body. Avoiding dehydrating beverages. All your sugar drinks, all your sugar foods, all your alcohol, all your caffeine drinks are going to, cause you to lose more water than you brought in. And so it's a consensus struggle. But I know, I had a secretary working for me one time that all she drank was coffee. She wouldn't drink anything else. But, as she got up into her later years, she had arthritis real bad. She couldn't hardly move. And, but she wouldn't drink water, so it was like the body is going to hang on as long as it can, but it's going to start, leaving things alone, like the joints and the fingers and stuff. That's where the arthritis and stiffness and everything was, because the water, it doesn't have enough water to get rid of the waste from the cell structure in that joint or whatever that might be. So there is no substitute for water. So let's go back to 17 vital functions of sea salt in our body. Okay, unprocessed sea salt. At the end of this, I've got some new information that'll kind of amaze you, because we're basically sea salt. Seawater is what we are, basically, seawater. Salt, with all its natural inherent minerals intact, performs many critical functions in the body. Okay, and that's why I say unprocessed sea salt, because there's some salts you can get from some of the major companies out there now it's pure white. And the elements of nature aren't pure white. Okay, they have different colors of grays and reds and stuff like that, different rust colors, etc. So here's just a few. Okay, a shortage of water and sea salt suppresses the immune system. The immune system is the key to us staying healthy, and it suppresses its disease-fighting cells activity in the body. Sea salt helps in alkalizing the cells of the body by facilitating excretion of excess acids through the urine. That helps in keeping the body in an alkaline state. Okay, so sea salt is the third most critical thing in your body after air and water, and it's kind of like energy, frequency, and vibration. You can't separate the three. You can't separate water, oxygen, and sea salt, because those three, neither one of them will work without the other two. All right, so sea salt is most effective in stabilizing irregular heartbeat, and contrary to the misconception that it causes high blood pressure, it is absolutely essential for the regulation of blood pressure in conjunction with water. And then you want to have the proportions, too much water, not enough sea salt, not enough sea salt, too much water, etc. So you want to have it in a good balance there. But I've got stories, where people had AFib and stuff, and I got them on sea salt, and in 2 days, the AFib was gone, and they'd had it for 3 years. So lots of validation there. And if you do go back, and if you do ever decide to read Your Body's Many Cries for Water, Dr. Matt McGauley's has got some great stories in there, and the evidence to support it. So sea salt is a vitally needed element in the treatment of diabetics. Okay, it helps balance the sugar levels in the blood and reduces the need for insulin in those who have to inject the chemical to regulate their blood sugar levels. Water and salt reduce the extent of the secondary damages associated with diabetics. And senior onset diabetes is dehydration, period. Critical chronic dehydration is what brings that on. And initiate, all dehydration or all diabetic symptoms that I know of are the initial root cause is dehydration and lack of salt. Okay, that's my way of putting it. Sea salt is vital for maintaining muscle tone and strength. Okay, lack of bladder control in those who suffer from involuntary leakage of urine could be consequent of low salt intake. Again, salt is all about, you have to have the salt for the contraction of the muscles, because salt, the trace minerals, essential minerals in sea salt, unprocessed sea salt, is what the body uses for the electrical communication from the brain to the muscles. So if you don't have enough water and you don't have enough salt, you have poor communication, you have misunderstood communication, and so that weakens and causes all sorts of problems, loss of balance, poor flexibility. It just, the list goes on. Sea salt is vital for absorption of food particles through the intestinal tract. Okay, again, sea salt and digestion, they're critical, along with water. All right, and microclustered structured water is, many times better for you than H2O. So sea salt is vital for the clearance of the lungs of mucus plugs and sticky phlegm, particularly in asthma and cystic fibrosis. Sea salt is critical for clearing the lungs. Sea salt is vital for clearing up carath and congestion of the sinuses. Okay, and then sea salt is a strong natural antihistamine. If somebody's having an asthma attack or something, you can put a pinch of sea salt on the tongue and wash it, let it dissolve, and then wash it down, and that's going to accelerate the body being able to get control. Because again, we're talking, you put water in the body, which is what the water body needed, and then you put the salt in there also, which is all about communication and helping the muscles to contract, etc. Sea salt is essential for the prevention of muscle cramps. Okay, so if you're cramping up at all, hydration, hydrate better, and more unprocessed natural sea salt. Sea salt is vital to prevent excess saliva production to the point that it flows out of your mouth during sleep. So needing to constantly wipe up excess saliva indicates salt shortage. And this article is available on my laseredwater.com and the blog. I have the 17 functions of sea salt I wrote several years ago on my blog in the laseredwater.com. Sea salt is absolutely vital to making the structure of bones firm. Okay, osteoporosis in a major way is a result of salt and water shortage in the body. Your bones are 27% sea salt or salt. Okay, and so it's not table salt, it's unprocessed sea salt. Okay, sea salt is vital for sleep regulation. It's a natural hypnotic. Sea salt on the tongue will stop persistent dry coughs. Sea salt is vital for the prevention of gout and arthritis. Because gout, arthritis are both, signs of dehydration from alcohol or, caffeines and stuff like that. So sea salt is vital for maintaining sexuality and libido. Sea salt is vital for preventing varicose veins and spider veins on the legs and thighs. Sea salt is vital to the communication and information processing nerve cells the entire time that the brain cells work, from the moment of conception to death. That's what I was talking about earlier. It's the trace minerals, etc., in unprocessed sea salt that the body uses for the electrical communication through the nerves. So it's like the electron, it's the telephone wire, if you will, for our body. And so it takes water, it takes salt, the trace minerals and salt for the body to be able to communicate. So salt is the master controller of all the other minerals. It controls the movement of a lot of the molecules in the body. And again, this is an article I wrote from, and I took the information from Your Body's and He Cries for Water, Dr. Batman College. So unprocessed sea salt contains about 75 essential, some of them up as high as 80, 82 ionic minerals that the body needs. Common table salt only has 2, sodium and chloride. And then it normally has an aluminum additive as a non-caking agent to keep it from sticking together. And we all know that aluminum does not work well in the body. So our body needs 1 to 2 teaspoons of unprocessed sea salt daily on your food, on your tongue, let it dissolve, wash it down, or in your water through the day, not all at once. Okay, again, the body wants balance. So take a big drink of water, put an eighth of a pinch of salt on your tongue, and then let it dissolve. That helps trigger hormones and all the stuff in the brain better. And then wash it down with another big drink of water. So you're covering 2 areas there. You're getting the salt you need, and you're getting more of the water that you need to be hydrated. So I prefer Redmond's real salt from an underground mine in Utah. It's not being exposed to as many pollutants. It vibrates the highest of what we've tested and has the fewest heavy metals in it. So energy. We must have sustainable energy to keep our bodies going and healthy. Unprocessed sea salt is the body's matrix system for transporting energy throughout the entire human organism, which is what we talked about earlier. The brain needs this. That's how it communicates with the muscles and all the organs, etc. So you can't even create a thought or move your body without the trace minerals in salt. It's really that simple. Healing, all right? Salt plays a big part in self-healing by helping our body to digest the food and turn it into living tissues, as well as helping to transmit nerve impulses that contract your muscles. Okay, again, we've touched on that. Balance. In order for your cells to function normally, a salt and water balance must be maintained. Alkalinity. Salt and water are also necessary for making the sodium bicarbonate your body needs to alkalize the food we eat, for maintaining the alkalinity of the body and the lymph fluids. So it's like if you're not drinking water 20, 30, 40 minutes before a meal, you don't have the water back in the lining of the stomach to come in whenever you start eating food. The water needs to already be in the lining of the stomach to come through and create its magic to help us digest our food. A deficiency of salt is equal to a deficiency of energy. You know, without salt, there is no life. Okay, so we have to kind of keep that in mind. Other benefits of sea salt: maintains electrolyte balance in the body, which is necessary for optimum blood circulation and overall body health. Helps in treating skin conditions like acne, dermatitis, psoriasis. We've got products also that work very well with that because it raises the vibration of the skin in that area. They're also antiviral, antifungal, antibacterial, and all of our products for the skin are toxic-free and edible. It's not too many people have an edible skincare lotion. Helps to maintain balance levels in blood sugar, detoxing by soaking in saltwater bath. You know, salt bath is very good for helping detox. Detoxing is one of the things most people miss out on, you know, but we really need to be detoxing every day. We're taking toxins in every day. So we got to start working on detoxing, and we have some gentle detoxing products, some crystals, some Tesla crystals that are infrared crystals that give up energy to the body, and it's also programmed with human blueprint frequencies, and some kaolin clay that's programmed with sound frequencies and human blueprint frequencies. Both are great for helping detox. But again, you can use saltwater baths. They will help alkalize. It helps alkalize the body, regulates water content throughout your body. So salt is like, say, the third most critical thing in your body. So if you are chronically dehydrated, you may suffer from some of the symptoms of adrenal exhaustion because they go hand in hand. All right. So sugar cravings, salt cravings, fatigue, feeling thirsty or dehydrated, like you need to drink a lot of water at one time, sleep issues, waking up in the middle of the night, getting up earlier in the morning, falling asleep anytime. All of those can be signs of dehydration and adrenal exhaustion. So if you're nervous a lot, anxious a lot, if you panic easy, have tension, that's also a sign of dehydration. So here's some of the new stuff I got. Human blood plasma bears salts of sodium, magnesium, potassium, and other electrolytes in a strikingly similar proportion to seawater. I've read that Navy surgeons during World War II used diluted seawater for emergency transfusion when supplies of plasma was not available. So they use it as blood transfusion to keep sailors alive. So your cerebral spinal fluid is actually basically exactly like the ocean. Okay, it's only one molecule difference from seawater. Every single neural stem cell, that's the cells that will develop into neurons that create the entire central nervous system, comes in contact with cerebral spinal fluid as it develops, and the cerebral spinal fluid informs it as to how to develop. So is salt and good water, wetter water, a wise thing to have? Yes, it is. So the inner seawater this inner seawater not only patterns your whole central nervous system, but it also bathes your brain in neurochemicals and, more importantly, in electricity. So water and salt and oxygen, of course, are critical for the body to heal itself and stay healthy. So anti-aging, we'll shift around here a little bit now. Anti-aging with light therapy. Because again, this is some of the tools we have to help you, help yourself, help your body heal itself naturally by structuring your water, microclustering it, energizing it, programming it, and then charging it with additional electrons and energy. And it also excites the mitochondria. So optimize your light, your water, and your magnetism. So the light from the sun is red and infrared light for a reason, okay? Giving life energy. Infrared light excites and optimizes our mitochondria. That's why our red laser works so well, red and infrared. Exposing your skin to the sun stimulates the mitochondria to produce more EZ water and ATP. So EZ water is the fourth phase of water that I mentioned earlier, and it's called exclusion zone water because it's excluding protons, because electrons is what we need for the mitochondria to produce more of the ATP, which is our life force energy in the cells. But we've also found that there's free-floating mitochondria in the blood, and so that's why we get 30% more life force energy to 35% in 30 seconds. We're not just activating the mitochondria in the cells, we're activating the free-floating mitochondria in the blood plasma. So magnetism is simply grounding. So while you're out, getting your sunlight, take off your shoes and put your feet in the dirt, and the body receives electrons that way from the earth. And you want as many free electrons as you can get in your body, because that's where freedom comes from, for the body to have the energy and to heal itself. So our red and infrared, our green and violet lit natural lasers. Your mitochondria are the key to your health, wellness, longevity, and fun. The aging is, Dr. Doug Wallace says, aging is simply too many dysfunctional mitochondria in your cells, and the cells are not producing enough energy, to do their work. Too many sick cells become because the mitochondria cannot produce enough life force energy for that cell to do its work. And that's causing about 80% of today's diseases and discomfort is too many dysfunctional mitochondria. So the more energy you have in your cells, the healthier you are, the longer you can live, the more fun you can have. I'm all about having fun and freedom. Okay. So I don't want to have to recover from anything. So I'm all about prevention. I use these tools all the time, every day, along with a lot of our other products, because it keeps my vibration up, keeps my immune system high, and I don't have to be concerned about anything. So I'm relaxed, stress-free. It's pretty fascinating. So I've been working with this energy for over 15 years now. So every photon in the laser beam energetically gives up an electron into the water in our body. Adding free electrons increases the redox potential and reduces the free radicals and inflammation in our system. And so this is the way it looks. All right. You can use your sunshine. You can carry your sunshine with you. You can carry your Rocky Mountain stream with you. And that's going to help you, help yourself, help your body heal itself naturally. What we've discovered is the violet laser, and that's why I have all three lasers up here. We're helping cover the full spectrum of the sun, not just the red and infrared, but also the blues and the violets and the greens that are beneficial to our body, because not all of them are. And so we've calibrated it, so to speak, to where we have the ones that are beneficial to the body. And so when we use all three lasers, the violet laser has been shown in recent technology or research to excite the electrons in the mitochondria to move to stage 2, or to upgrade them to a higher energy. And then the green laser helps move them into stage 3. And then the red laser brings them on into stage 4 and to creating the additional adenosine triphosphate, the ATP. And so the 3 lasers can work in harmony. You can use them all at once, or you can use them one at a time. The body is intelligent. It knows how to handle it. I started with just a red laser, and still today, that's what I use to demonstrate at the expos, is the red laser, because it gets an amazing result in 2 to 3 minutes. People feel the difference. And I had a lady come in with her ankle all hurting on a cane. I worked on her about 8 minutes total. We sat there and talked a while, and she walked away, and I looked over and her cane was still there. And she came out back about 4 hours later and got the red laser and her cane. And she's a lot happier, because the body works at the speed of light. So does our lasers and our frequencies in general. And everything we have has frequencies added to it to help your body raise its vibration for self-healing. We have frequency disc, we have pendants. The pendants, some of them are energized with basic frequencies to bring your body out of fight or flight and to relax and heal. Some of them are programmed with emotional help, emotional clearing, emotional healing type frequencies. One is to help bring you back into your sovereignty. A lot of different variables there. Then we have detoxing powders. We have skincare. All of it is toxic free and edible. All of it's programmed with human blueprint frequencies. And so we also have cell phone protection that actually transmutes the harmful EMF to beneficial EMF. So when using our products, you're upregulating your gene expression to build healthier protein. Proteins are the expression of life. Proteins are responsible for the structure and function of your body. You're helping stimulate stem cell production. You're lengthening telomeres. And again, my number is 469-766-5511. Get a hold of me. We've got some discounted retail packages here for first-time customers. Normally, the red laser is $299. Here you can get the red laser and the hydration ionizer for $299, along with samples of our skin cares and etc. So it saves you a couple $100 there, and it makes you a preferred customer, so you can get a 10% ongoing discount. We have 4 other packages available, so you can just get a hold of me at any time about any of those packages, and I can show you the difference. Or you can go to my website, purevibrance.com/Joe Blanton, and take a look at everything there. So again, I'm here to help you, help yourself, help your body heal itself naturally. You'll notice there's a lot of repetition in my shows, because repetition is how we've learned to do everything that we can do unconsciously. All right. And when I'm unconsciously doing everything I'm doing now with the water, the food, everything, I laser on my water, I laser on my food. I do it unconsciously now because I've been at it for so long. And that's how we've learned to do everything that we can do unconsciously. And so as soon as we can make this a part of our life, it's going to help change lifestyles. It's going to help raise your body, your vibration, and bring you into a healthier lifestyle, a healthier body where you can have more fun. And that has to be done on purpose to start with. That energy follows thought, okay? And that's the key. Whatever you're thinking about is where your energy's going. And you can test this out. Just think about your feet right now. Think about your feet and the blood circulation in your feet. And you'll actually, very few seconds, you're going to actually feel a little difference down there. It may be a warmth, it may be a tingling, it may just be a subtle, then when you switch, and now think about your hands. Think about the circulation in your hands. All right, you can actually feel that. And the more you play with that, the more you're going to understand that, your energy follows your thought, and wherever your thoughts are is what you're creating in your future. And so I want to help you, help yourself create a future you want to live. And so remember, nobody else can vibrate for you. And, if I can help in any way, just get a hold of me and let me know. So we'll be here next week. So take care and have fun, and bye for now.